Hi everyone, Justin from Rated Tipsters here. Just recording a short little walkthrough video of a service I've just reviewed called Inform Racing. It's a service I've used myself for a couple of years now. It's one I really like. There's a lot in it for different sorts of bettors, whether you're looking for some daily tips to follow or you want to find your own selections using their ratings or their system builder. There's something in it for you. If you want to do both of those things as well, you can spend a lot of time using the service to find your bets. So I'll just talk you through what we've looked at in this review, show you a bit of the site itself, just to give you a bit of a look at it. So we've started by looking at their daily tips. They started posting these 1st of January 2024. So for 18 odd months now, there's 2 to 3 bets a day, decent volume. We've had 1,300 bets in that time period. And they post the selections daily by 2 p.m, generally pretty early in the morning. So just the name of the horse and the race. They record the results in an Excel spreadsheet that's updated regularly. 1 point win bets to BSP. So they're very, very easy to follow. Just log in anytime in the morning or the afternoon that suits you, find the bet, and you can either place it in the live Betfair markets or to BSP if that's easier. Yeah, so look at the results. So we've recommended a 150 point bank. So that gives you £10 level stakes, which has produced £2,297 profit in 18 months, an ROI of 18%, and a bank gross figure of 153.1%. Again, to BSP, less your 2% commission. And looking at the graph, it's very, very steady, not volatile. It's not, you can see clearly the results aren't produced by 1 or 2 hot spells or 1 or 2 big price winners. It's steady. The drawdowns are pretty small. So that's something we really like to see. Again, looking at our recommendation is 150 points because the largest drawdown to date has reached 58.8 points. So generally good rule of thumb is to have your bank size at least twice that of the largest historical drawdown. So if you wanted to stake more aggressively, you could use a 100 point bank size with bank, or if you wanted to be more conservative, 200 points would be fine as well. Either way, over that, since these tips have gone live, that would have achieved you at least doubling your bankroll. Again, it's a very low amount of time spent each day placing the bets. And if we took a look at the odds range, so what we found is essentially looking at selections up to odds of 4.5, produced a very small profit, 8.9 points, 2% ROI, and all of the profit achieved at odds of 4.5 or higher, which, that's a pretty common trend to see across tipsters, that they have a greater edge at the larger odds ranges. Again, it's not like there's an outlier, 100 to 1 winner. It's steady across, basically rising from 4.5 upwards. You're seeing good profit. There's nothing, not to say you shouldn't bet these bets under 4.5. Following these selections, it reduces the volatility, reduces the size of the drawdowns, the length of the drawdowns, and just smooths out the ride generally, and you've produced 9 points profit on those selections. And there's no reason to filter out any of these bets based on the odds. We're very happy to follow all of them. We've taken a look at some advanced statistics on the bets as well, the p-value, which shows very low percent chance that these results have been achieved through luck, 0.5% for the p-value, 1.5. So overall, we're very, very impressed by these selections. Easy to follow. Something I will be doing is tracking the bets myself in the live Betfair market 5 to 10 minutes before the scheduled race time, just to see if that can produce a greater edge than just simply betting them to BSP. I often find that does improve the ROI by 2 to 3%. Yeah, so I'll be interested to see if that is the case here. We'll report back on that in a few months' time if you can slightly improve these results. But if you're not looking just for daily tips, we've also taken a look at 2 features Inform Racing offer, which is the race cards and the system. So the race cards, pretty stock standard. You got all the information about each of the runners. We can drill down further into the form, look back at any of the past races. What sets informed racing apart and what makes them unique is their set of ratings. They calculate these ratings themselves each day. You can't get the ratings anywhere else. So they've got this set of ratings, the master, last time out for the last 3 starts, average, master plus average, course and distance if applicable, ability and form, which covers the last 3 runs. So lots of different ratings, which I find do help you. They can produce an edge over the market. Probably the most relevant of them to me is the master rating, which is the horse's best rating in the past 12 months. So you can see in this race, the horse 1814 had the highest master rating, and it shows you how many days ago that was. So that was 43 days ago. Generally, I'm a lot more interested in a horse whose master rating was in the last month or 2. So a horse like Sherlock or Luna Force, who had its master rating 200, 300 days ago, I wouldn't be too keen on backing them. But definitely 1814, highest master rating in the race, achieved in the last 2 months. It's definitely one worth taking a closer look at. So that's just the main view of the race cards. You can look at more advanced statistics, dailies. They've got a daily stats table, in-depth form tables, which is all very good to look at if you're wanting to look at a more deeper look at any of the horses. So I wanted to take a look at the system builder now. So I've used the system builder quite a lot to try and produce systems using the ratings and other form factors to try and produce an edge to Betfair starting price. So I've just created this little test system here to show you, and I've included the breakdowns of the results at the bottom, which is also something useful I want to go through. So we've just created a system based on the top rated master rating horse, top rated ability rank, a run style of 1, which is a front runner, and a BSP less or equal to 20. So this is produced. It breaks down the results to SP and BSP. To the green is the win market and the yellow is the place market. So this has produced 387 points, the BSP at 4.44% ROI. I've not set any commission here, so you can't set that to anywhere up to 5%. Yeah, it also, it's not very useful to show SP, but you can look at that as well. Longest winning runs, longest losing runs. You can export the results to Excel to do your own further analysis. So yeah, we've just got this system here based on, I really am interested in horses with a strong master rating rank. And what's extremely useful is they show you a results breakdown to make this a bit easier to look at. So the column, it's hard to read here, but they've got the profit or loss to SP and the profit or loss to BSP. So this column is the one that we're really interested in, and it breaks it down by all the different criteria you can filter by. So year, day of the week, month, class, each individual course, which can be useful if you're looking at sort of micro systems, more targeted, specific systems, the going. Something which was interesting with this system is to see a non-handicap race that produced 137 points of the profit, and the handicap races have produced almost 250. So a greater edge in the handicap races. You can filter by the number of runners, race distance. See here, 5 to 8 furlongs seems to produce the bulk of our profits. So again, you can then go back and adjust the rules, run the system again to see how that improves things. Generally, you're looking for sort of consistent clumps. Like if we produced a lot of profit, 5 furlongs, but a loss at 6 furlongs, that probably doesn't tell you too much. If you see a pretty, 5 furlongs, 6 furlongs, 7, 8, all producing strong profit, and then losses in the longer distance races, that's definitely something to take a closer look at. Filter by race type, again, we got similar number of bets across flat and hurdle races. Flat produced 300 points profit, hurdles a small loss. So you definitely could make the case focus only on flat racing. And that would explain why 5 to 8 furlongs is where most of our profit is as well. You can look at class difference, days since last run, which I always find interesting. Often you see a trend of the horses that have last run in the last month produce a lot better profit than ones that have run over 3 months ago. Similar with days since last win. You can filter by a million different things here, trainer name. And something else which is quite interesting is the ability to look at all the other ratings. So if we go back up to the top here, we've based this system on the master rank and the ability rank, with our horse being ranked 1 in the race. So if we go back down, we can see how it performs based on the ranking of all the other ratings. So you can see with the average rating, again, that 204 points profit, the horses ranked 1 in the average rating. A lot of profit for horses ranked 1 and 2 in the course rating. You can see here a lot of bets for not available because they haven't had a run at that course, similar to distance. But the trend we see is that if they're ranked 1 in any specific rating, they're producing a lot more profit than if they're ranked 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And last time out rating is really strong here. Yeah, one or two in that category is responsible for all the profit. Same for the master and average rating. So there's so many different theories you can test here. We'll just look at a filter by date, all these race types, horse specific form, course and distance form, last time out, those last 3 start, trainer, jockey specific, filter by the odd, betting forecast rate, I find always interesting. And then all the ratings. You can even filter master rated top clear by 1, 5. So going back to the race cards, this one 78, the next best was 77. So he was clear by 1. You might want to say top rated, but had to be clear by at least 3. Try and find horses that are clearly better than the rest of the opposition in theory. There's just so many different theories you can run, record the results to BSP, put it into Excel for your own analysis. And look at the results breakdowns. You find some really good systems. You can load the upcoming runners for all your systems with one click of the button, and it gives you all the names of the horses and the system that they're running in. So it's very user friendly. I've spent a lot of time using it myself, come up with my own systems, spend a bit of time looking through the race cards and following the daily selections as well, they've been very profitable. So I'm really interested in them. Yeah, so that's basically it. Overall, they're a really, really great service. They've been running for over 20 years now. One of the longest running form websites out there for horse racing. So I hope we'll report back on how we go betting into the live market instead of just taking BSP. We haven't taken a look at all the course here. That's a lot more betting tissue and an in-running trading tool. They also supply their own betting systems for you. They've got free ones for subscribers, backing, pay, all sorts of different things. So I hope you found this interesting. Do take a look at the review we've published. We really, really recommend Inform Racing. So thanks for watching.